Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and we're back with a little bit more Loop Hero. Because, like I said, I'm really big into this game, and it seems like I'm not the only one. I was really blown away when I decided to have a look at the old news feed and found out that somehow or another this game has sold 500,000 copies. Do you know the difference between a good cook and a bad cook? The food made by a good cook is tastier. What, you're waiting for something more elaborate? Sometimes the truth is very simple. Look, I have a cauldron, a hearth, a couple of knives, a bucket of potatoes, 3 onions, and some ham. Nothing special, everything is very simple. But give me a few minutes and everyone in this camp will be running to my table, following the tasty smell of a good stew. Don't know why I chose that voice for him, but oh well. And we're not going to be able to upgrade this for a bit, so we'll just kind of leave that as it is. So, can we build anything else? Yes, but it's going to take some doing. The next thing we're going to want to build, of course, is going to be the herbalist hut. And the sooner we unlock the refuge, the sooner we get to try out the rogue class. Now again, I've already done these things, but I'm doing them again because, I want to. Because I want to share with you, my audience. And we've now unlocked the Blood Grove and the Chrono Crystals. So let me deactivate the Road Lantern, turn on the Blood Grove, and we'll turn off the beacon as well. Not a big fan of it. Now, if I do turn on the Chrono Crystals, one thing that will let me do is spawn more spiders. Which, we'll try it. Okay, we've got a very interestingly shaped road this time. Got our first weapon, our first ring. Ooh, damage to all. What a nice effect. And a grove. Very nice. I'm gonna wait on that. Wait until I have something I can spawn near it. Cemetery. Alright, we'll put that up here. And you can also show or hide the resources you found during the expedition by clicking on the old purse. Isn't that a backpack? It doesn't matter what it's called. Oh, hello. Okay, we've got multiple meadows now. I would like something to... Oh, here we go. That's precisely what I was asking about. And we can start putting up the mountains. Remember, if we do them in a 9x9 pattern, that's a mountain peak, and that is a big boost. I think right now attack speed is a bit more important. Rock. So, on top of just trying to garner more resources to use, you're also going to be... small little bonuses, but every little bit helps. So on top of just looking to garner better equipment, you're also looking to garner more resources, because that's going to be how you boost yourself. Ooh, armor. Very nice. And another grove, which I think I'm going to place... put it here. Why not? chrono crystals. This would be good as soon as I can get myself a... Let's see. Nah. Okay, really looking for spider cocoon at this point. Hey, Skellington! Hello, Mr. Skellington. Yeah, they hurt, but they attack slow. Better shield. It's gonna be hard to top the defense on that one. And might as well put another grove there. Hey, a battlefield. So that can start to spawn treasure chests, which would be a big help. We're gonna need to do that, even though the other weapon had some other functionality that I really liked. At some point or another, you have to trade that in order to just get more damage. Also thinking pretty soon here I'm going to have to put up a vampire mansion. There we go. This level 4 armor going to do anything for me? Why, yes. How dare you evade my strike? Who do you think you are? Some sort of sensible thing? Even next to a battlefield, a meadow will become a blooming meadow. That's more HP gained on Daybreak. It's very rare that you don't get a spider cocoon by the third loop. Like, this is just really weird. Hey, a level 4 magic sword. Or, I guess it's a ritual sword, but I call it the magic sword because, first of all, its shape, and secondly, it always has magic damage on it. There's our first spider cocoon. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the spider cocoon there, and so this will spawn one spider every day, but if I put the chrono crystal next to it, it'll spawn 2 spiders. No, we're really flexing our mathematic muscles now, aren't we? So doing this will complete the mountain peak. And you guys have already seen the goblin camp, so please don't berate me too badly for deleting it, because I hate the goblins in this game. I am also going to put... I need to put down a vampire mansion in order to start to get better stuff. Hello. See? 2 spiders popped up this time instead of 1. Now, the obvious question is, well, hey, if the chrono crystals double how many spiders you get, does it also double the regeneration that you get from the meadows? And the honest answer to that is, I don't know. It doesn't say so here, but we'll know if I get 33 HP on Daybreak. Okay, so make that 36 HP on Daybreak. Wait. Oh, maybe they do work. There you go. Oh, is this shield any good? I'm gonna leave it be for right now, but it doesn't mean it's not good, it just means I'm working towards other things. Oh, another treasury. Yeah, I'm willing to give up just a little bit of that defense for some magic damage. I think that's a good idea. And now I've got another treasury to put meadows next to. And there you just saw the effect of the battlefield. It'll make enemies come back as ghosts every now and again. Alright, and I think, just because I can use this to activate the treasury a little bit faster, we'll do that. It's starting to look pretty difficult there, Darksage. You've got all sorts of crazy monsters spawning. I do. I absolutely do. But remember, we gain strength as we build more stuff back at camp. That is ultimately what we're trying to do. Is these first few runs, we're not necessarily expecting to get to the boss and smash his face in. We are looking to garner the resources necessary to build stuff back at our home base. Because all that stuff that gets built there is going to be what strengthens us in between runs. Definitely do that. And at this point, I'm starting to see a trend coming together. So we're going to stick with this vampirism thing for a little while now, because this is going to help us with our survivability. Hey, you, stop dodging my attacks. Who do you think you are? And also, as you can see, these what all of this means up here. So these are the different resources that I've picked up. Now, if you look here, you'll notice that there's a difference between stable wood and stable branches. What this basically means is we've got a subset of a smaller resource that's turning into a larger one. 12 stable branches will turn into a beam of stable wood, and that's kind of true for everything over here. Scrap metal will become stable metal. Noticeable changes will become a metamorphosis. A ration will become a food supply. Pebbles will become a preserved rock, and so on and so forth. That's just kind of how it works. And once again, we're going to get rid of that goblin. You've got Garblin. The Garblins. Get rid of the Garblins. Because they're jerks. Nah. See, we're on loop level 5. We should be able to make it to loop level 6 before I open up that treasury. The vampire became a ghost. He's a ghost. Yeah, no. So as you can see, this is one build archetype that gives you quite a bit of survivability. Is basically just build around vampirism. Now, right now, our vampirism rate is at 27%, so 27% of all the damage we do is being given back to us as health. Alright, so let's have a look at this. Right now, we're getting back 51 HP per day. If I put the Chrono Crystals here, puts it up to 57. Okay, Chrono Crystals do affect meadows. Originally, I wasn't sure if they did or not because it didn't seem like they were having an effect. But it's clear now that I was wrong about that, and actually I'm quite happy to be wrong about that, real honestly. Because I thought that they didn't actually affect meadows for whatever reason. So, very happy to be wrong about that. It means that Chrono Crystals are kind of worth keeping around on most setups, actually. So it can do more than just double spiders. Spooky, scary spiders, bleh. They're coming to take over your house, bleh. Why am I Dracula all of a sudden? Darkseid, did you ever make sense? It was a long time ago. Hey, hit, thank you. Alright, Bloodgrove. This is the first new card that's, well, not new to me, but new to you guys. But you can put it near, adjacent to a forest or a grove. And basically what it'll do is it'll make it so that enemies can be killed when they get down to about 15% of their health. So it just makes enemies easier to deal with. It can also spawn blood golems, which are quite strong enemies. Now, because of how useful blood groves are, that's why I placed that other grove where I did, because I'm trying to get a blood grove to put right here so it affects all of these tiles. It makes all battles that happen on those tiles easier. Let's have a look at some of this gear I haven't looked at. Now, at this point, I'm seeing that I can get a bunch more max HP, but I want to hold off on it because I want to make sure that I'm keeping my vampirism rate high. Oh, pardon me. Like, here we go. This is beautiful. See, now that the weapon in and of itself has vampirism, and now almost half the damage we're dealing is being given back to us as health. And that's a beautiful thing, man. So now at this point, it's going to become rather difficult to find new gear, because now the whole idea is we need to make sure we're keeping that vampirism rate high. So like that actually has a. Thing is, though, is it worth giving up regen, defense, and attack damage that happens to everything? That is a tricky proposition. Is the 8% attack speed bonus worth it? These are questions you're going to be asking yourself frequently. I don't know, in my mind, I think it's worth it. Alright, so now let's look. Where else would be an opportune place to put a blood grove? See, unfortunately, we're kind of running out of really good locations to put blood groves, but... I think... Yeah, there's just not a lot of really great locations to put one. Maybe I can, right outside a camp here? Stupid skeleton. And now at this point I will go ahead and complete that. Because the more treasures we can eventually leave the map with, the better. So we've got a good shield here, but remember, at this point we're looking for things that strictly have the vampirism bonus on them. So now it's going to start to become harder to get new gear, because now we're looking for something specific. And remember, the more rocks and mountains that I pile up around here, the higher my maximum health will be. So, and remember, placing those adjacent to the mountain peak makes you get an additional 5 maximum HP. Which is why I chose to dedicate a little, 5x5 patch of mountainous rock there. Okay, I can't do anything about that goblin camp, so I'm just gonna have to deal at this point. All the ghosts. All of them. See, I'm really not feeling like I need another spider cocoon on the map. But, for sake of argument, and just because it's getting to the point where I might not be able to keep this run going much longer, since I'm still kind of in the early stages of the game. Hello, Big Club. You do not have a vampirism bonus. So now you're starting to see kind of what I'm talking about. The vampirism bonus is important, but is it worth giving that up in order to get some more damage on my sword? Now, right now, I'm going to say no. No, it's not worth giving up the vampirism, because that's a lot of survivability. And again, largely what I meant by things aren't always as easy as they seem. Sometimes it's not all about just the higher numbers. By the way, this particular bit here is very important. An Orb of Expansion is a wonderful get for me, especially early game, because that is a rare material that only manifests when you win battles with 4 or more enemies. So those don't show up very often early game. Typically you need to be fighting on Chapter 2 in order to get those to show up. And the reason why that is because you just get more resources on Chapter 2. Not necessarily rarer resources, but more, just in general. So they have an easier time spawning more resources. Well, I mean, okay, I wasn't intending to spawn the boss, but here he is. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not sure I have what it takes to take on the boss right now. But I can attempt to Oblivion away as many of his palaces as I can. And see if that helps. Also, I like how the music changes when the boss spawns. It's like, oh, you're in for it now, boy! Alright, I can Oblivion away another Lich's Palace. And the reason why I want to do this is because the Lich's Palace gives him a 5% HP and damage increase for each one that's there. That's right, birds. So if we start eliminating those, he's going to get weaker by the time we get there. So right now I have to really hope that the game is feeling generous with the Oblivions. There you go, that's slightly more vampirism. I can live with that. Nothing else is really looking to be all that useful right now. Oh. And horrible, horrible gobbly poop. You think you're so special for being Red's representative race. So that is an 8% penalty to my vampirism rate, which is not great, but the higher base damage should help make up for that. So as you can see, what's happening is that as I'm now sitting at the maximum hand size for the tile cards that I'm carrying, every time one gets bumped off of my hand here, it's getting turned into a memory fragment. 10 of those will complete a book of memories, so as you can imagine, those aren't too hard to get a hold of, which again, not necessarily a bad thing. Because you will need a lot of them. Alright, so I've kind of decided that, yeah, I'm going to try to take on the Lich, which does mean I need to come up with another voice. The 6% vampirism, I think, is worth it. That's a huge attack speed bonus. That's hard to ignore, but it's... Alright. Let's boost my maximum HP a little bit and see if that helps. Damn, another goblin camp. Alright, I think that's enough battlefields. But it's also possible that we might not be going much further anyway. Alright. There, 117 HP per day coming back to me. It's really nice. I just like I really like the idea of what the Hunger Groves are doing. It's so visceral and so just... If that makes any sense, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Oh great, Darksage is talking using sound effects again. I'd actually be losing damage on that, so I'm gonna say no. Alright, so the Lich is coming up. Like I said, I'm not exactly holding out a ton of hope for being able to beat the Lich, but seeing as I did essentially do this without even thinking about it, what the heck, let's just fight him and see what happens. Oh yeah, I need a Lich voice. Oh, here we go.
How? How is this even possible?
That's right, you didn't devour me like the rest of the world.
Haven't I? Do you really not think so?
They could have, maybe done a little proofreading here. It's obviously not the right grammar. What are you talking about? I'm standing right in front of you.
I've consumed all of your reality. Every one of its elements now rests in a separate pocket dimension. Spaces, living beings, information, even memories. They shall remain there until entropy does its work, turning everything into a uniform static mass. Along with you, of course.
You're insane.
So, what do we have here? I see. You found a way to interact with other pieces of your reality. To organize, combine, and merge them. But how? I don't see any exceptional talent or knowledge in you. You hardly even understand what is happening, right?
I'll tell you what's happening. A pile of bones is butchering my world and thinks it can get away with it. You're already doomed and you know it.
Perhaps you're just the first in a series of systematic errors. A problem I must learn to solve. Let's not waste any time then.
I don't think you're capable of feeling regret, but I'm about to change that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just don't have what it takes to beat him right now. Now, that will, of course, be changing in the near future, but yeah, as of right now, I just don't have what it takes to beat him. I'm alive? But how? Thanks to us. A small group of us dragged you here. It wasn't easy. Well, thank you, Yota. How could you fight off all those monsters? They nearly killed me. That's also interesting. Many of them vanished right before our eyes. Some we managed to avoid, but I think most of the beasts were gone even before we left the camp. I think your trips are deeply connected to your memories, my friend. Everything falls apart as soon as you're unconscious. So there you go, a little bit of interesting lore on Loop Hero, and of course me getting smashed in the face. I suppose I had it coming. I am a little overconfident at times. But that's going to do it for now. Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate you spending time with me as per usual. Do the usual like, comment, subscribe stuff, and let me know what you're thinking about Loop Hero. Are you going to join the 500,000 other people that have already started playing this game? I certainly hope so. I think it's worth it, and I look forward to hearing what you guys think and what your experiences are like. So, until next time, my name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you